You really are scum. What? Oh man, I have to actually decide? God damn it. Oh god, no. Alright. Alright, so Winter is all like, I don't want to do this. I don't want people to die. This is confusing. We need to negotiate and stuff. And she's a student, so she doesn't know much about this kind of thing, but at the same time she's got like that innocence that people don't really have when they're older, I guess. I don't know. No more killing, blah blah. Like, you know, that, yes, killing is bad. Nuclear weapons are bad. Cyrus, on the other hand, yeah, to straight up kill someone, that's pretty extreme. You're jumping to major extremes here. But at the same time, in my opinion, he's kind of logical about it. As far as we know, yeah, these people here, they don't really know how to react to this and stuff. And if a war does break out, and if they're not unified, then that's going to be bad news, and they're going to get destroyed. I mean, they're going to probably get destroyed either way. And also the fact about launching the nuke, and that's a whole thing too, and the whole president dying and being considered a martyr for dying for a purpose, and blah blah blah. And this is a crazy decision. I'm deciding whether or not I want to kill this one guy and then have multiple people dying. Multiple people are going to die either way. This nuke is going to go off, or this other country is going to come in here and destroy this place, or take it over, and there'll be slaves and all, or whatever they're going to do. God damn. You know, as much as I don't like killing people straight up, I think I might actually follow Cyrus. He might have an idea of what he's doing. Oh god, I hope. Cyrus, I like you, and you better not fuck up, man. This is nuts. Damn it. Ugh. Fine. I refuse to invest any more heart into this. It's out of my hands. I'm just here to watch, yeah? And that's what I'll do. If Cyrus wants to go around murdering people and being a terrible person, then I guess that's the prerogative. I'll just consider this an example of how not to be a proper mediator. This is all we can do, Winter. Yes, whatever. I must say that the thing I hate the most about this is that he isn't entirely wrong. Not about the murdering. That's definitely wrong. No question. It's just that I really don't know anything. Cyrus is a mentor, and he has been doing this for a while. Evidently, from the candor in his voice, he's good at it too. Yeah, I mean, that's why I picked that answer, because he's done this before, and if it's the only option, then you might as well do it instead of just sit there and twiddle your thumbs and be like, no, I like it. Like, you know, I mean, gotta get shit done. Damn. Even if I took the lead, in the face of my inexperience, anything I suggest is likely to fail. It's so frustrating. Winter. ... I will follow you, but I hope you know that I won't be killing anyone. This is your bloodstained proposal, not mine. I'll watch and I won't help. That's all you're here for. That's right. I'm only here to watch and learn. That's all. As such, I stop talking. I just stare at him instead. We need to find a library. Oh, so now we're going to the library. Great. Is that so? We need to find out where the president is. We visited this world before, but not this country. We don't know where their government office is, or even if that is where the president will be. We need to learn more, quickly. This feels like a lecture. Wait here. He turns and runs off to a woman passing by. One of several women and men who seem to have begun filling the streets as the president address assembly ends. Presumably ends. Well, okay. I didn't exactly have the urge to flee just now or anything, although I wouldn't mind going home and ignoring all this. Demanding a withdrawal is a failure, though, so I will stick with it. Granted, I am sure they would make an exception for a situation as unique as this, but no, I have to see this through. I ought to see this through. I turn my attention back to my mentor, who has finally reached the woman. Until she notices him, he is wearing an expression so stern I'm sure it would stun her. But after that point, she is met with a bright face and his smile. He begins talking with it amiably outside of my earshot and stop paying him any mind. Something about that high charisma of his now disgusts me. Perhaps it's the basely manipulative angle from which he ultimately approaches everything. Ends justifying means, the needs of the many over the few. Various ridiculous philosophies. Even for having to be around him, I feel gross and dirtied. Worse for being associated with him, and especially worse for letting him do what he wants. But, right, of course, I shouldn't let any of it bother me. Just as he said, my job here is to watch. This isn't my responsibility. Distance from him now, I start feeling much calmer than before. And when he returns, I have settled down enough to feel oddly impassive about the whole situation. I just asked for directions. There's a library close by. Come on. We're running. I was going to say, why doesn't he ask where the president's office is? But at the same time, that looked kind of suspicious because I'm sure some people might be thinking, maybe we should kill this guy. I don't know. But yeah, found the library. Good. That's good. With that, he takes off in a sprint. Clearly slower than his true pace. I would guess for my benefit. For a second, I contemplate walking, but I reason promptly that there is no point in making matters any worse. I follow fast enough. Being the presence of books has a... fuck. Being in the presence of books has a placating effect on me. I can't say words. Ever since we entered here, I've been breathing sighs. Everything makes sense in books. Everything is carefully placed, planned out, and logical and clear. Apparently you haven't read Twilight, because that's a perfect example of something that's fucked up and doesn't make any sense in books. I'd never read Twilight, I just know it's bad. Oh, anyway, go on. They reflect what I once admired in reality. Of course, reality doesn't offer such things anymore. After all, here I am, sitting in the library of another world, my mentor tapping away at keys to find a man to kill. I wonder what kind of books a world with wars has. Ones about bloodshed and suffering. As long as they're fiction, I might like to read them. Granted, I've lately found it difficult to determine what exactly fiction even is. That's true. If you're flying around, to all these other worlds, or teleporting, or however you do it, and all these worlds are pretty much fantasy and science fiction and all that stuff, I mean, if it's there, it's technically real, so stuff suddenly becomes non-fiction in a way, besides the specific stories that these different environments have. So, yeah, that's a very good thing to think about. Got it. I almost say that's good, but catch myself from automatic politeness. Nothing about that is good. I should have sabotaged his computer somehow. ... Well, I suppose all that's left is to murder a man. I give Cyrus a curious glance to suggest a question, possibly one eliciting the whereabouts of the president. He seems to pick up on it. Don't worry about where he is. It's not like it would mean anything to you. Instead, I've got to tell support. We can't shift on our own to unconfirmed locations. I'll tell you this though. This society is pretty open. The floor plan of their entire government building is online. I found it on a website offering tours of all places. The president's office is on the top floor. We'll try going directly there. I break my gaze and look at the computer monitor. Out the corner of my eye, I see Cyrus lifting his wrist to his mouth and talking into it. I could eavesdrop, but I don't really care to, and instead turn to the halls of bookshelves. Now here's a thought. If there are an infinite number of words, and I supposedly infinite number of worlds, then theoretically there's no limit to what has been written, right? That would mean that each world has their own unique writings, their own unique piece of an infinite collection. How enlightening. We're going, Winter. ... I wonder how long I can keep up this charade of nonchalance. I'm afraid that as soon as I take it down, I'll be completely aware of the severity and sickness of the oncoming event. So I don't want to go. I don't want to see this. I'm going to watch a man die. I'm going to let a city be destroyed. I can't believe I joked about this. ... I completely relinquished my rebellion, and now I can't save anything. You could easily say that this was my fault, and wouldn't need to convince me. I could have done something. I could have tried harder. If this is a lesson, I want to stop coming to class. Okay, kid. I'm gonna save, and while I save, you're gonna pay attention to what I'm saying. This isn't your fault, all right? Because I'll tell you what. I'll save here. The thing is that you could rebel all you want, but you're some 14-year-old little girl, and this guy's a supposedly experienced, mediator guy who is, has what's the word I'm looking for? He's got a past, so to speak. He's, like you said, there's stories behind him and of how he acts and how he does things, and they're kind of notorious and whatnot. And I don't think, even if you were to rebel, you'd be in the same situation that you're in now. He'd just be like, all right, well, I'm still gonna do it, and you're just gonna be floating around somewhere. He'd just be like, well, go back home. I'll do this without you. It doesn't matter. And you probably wouldn't fail because it's a very odd situation, and you weren't even supposed to be thrown in this situation in the first place, as far as you know, because it's very strange that they throw a 14-year-old girl into a world that is about to have a nuclear war. So if they knew that, you probably wouldn't be going there. So the thing is, this guy, Cyrus, is going to do whatever the fuck he wants, whether or not you rebel or not. I mean, the worst you're going to do is call him a loser and punch him in the abs, and he's going to be like, what? Just like earlier, and it's not going to work. So yeah, you're going to see someone die. Just wait outside or something. Don't watch it. You'll be fine. It's a pretty messed up situation. That sucks. I mean, but what are you going to do? He's got like a silencer on that and everything. The guy's straight up assassin over here.